Hogwarts Legacy is the type of game that surprises you right away and then 50 hours later it still pulls new tricks out of its hat. We have tons of Easter eggs, awesome encounters and secret puzzles that you probably didn't even know of. But before we move on, I want to give a big thanks to Alienware, who are the sponsors of today's video. You can level up your play with the X14 and X15 gaming laptop series that bring out the perfect combo between gaming at high performance and evolved design. The X14's ultra slim build is a perfect choice for ultimate mobility, as its unique design leaves room for increased internal space and advanced cooling solutions. You can really push it to the limit in your favorite games or applications with the 12th gen Intel Core processors and the GeForce RTX GPUs from Nvidia that they also feature. This makes it the perfect combo between maximum quality and smooth gameplay. Plus, its functional approach to the user experience not only does it make it stand out, but also offers peace of mind with that and its silky smooth stain-resistant finish. So make sure to check out Alienware's gaming laptop series using my links down below, and I'll give another huge thanks to Alienware for sponsoring today's video. Now, just at the castle, there are several secrets that end up having their own achievements too. Your first one can be found on the bridge between the library annex and the Grand Hall section. As you pass it, you'll notice 4 of these spots that you can light up using any fire spell, as well as a strange diagram on the floor. And that's because you need to light these ones up, which is then going to let you activate and rotate their respective mechanisms. And each of these torches has a corresponding symbol, and you'll have to use the diagram on the ground to match the symbol with a number from 1 to 4 for each one of them. Doing this successfully will open up the grate below you, which reveals a totally new area that you can climb down into. This will pop the first secret challenge, as well as a pretty neat wand cosmetic and a guarantee legendary gear drop from inside of it. The second one comes in a bit later in the Clock Tower courtyard, and I recommend having Glacius unlocked to complete this. If you paid attention, you might have noticed that the clock mechanism features 4 different symbols at the top that it passes right in front of, which also corresponds to the symbols of the 4 different doors on each floor of the staircase in the same building. These locks will slightly move every time the clock mechanism passes in front of their corresponding symbols, so what you have to do is to freeze the mechanism right as it's in front of the symbol it's about to pass. Each one of these will give you access to a few treasure chests, like for example the dragon statue spellcraft from the door on the lower level, a dark handle cosmetic for the wand on the second door, 500 gold from the disillusionment chest on the 3rd floor, and a guaranteed legendary chest from the 4th one. This will also pop up the second Hogwarts Secret Achievement Challenge, which gives you access to the tailored tailcoat, the same one that Phineas Black, your headmaster, also wears, and actually looks undeniably sophisticated. The final one is actually something you can find in the headmaster's tower, but only much later towards the end of the main story. So make sure you reach that point, as well as unlocking Alohomora, the final level, so that you can open up level 3 locks that you'll find inside of this tower. If you do, you can take up the trophy room waypoint and simply head all the way up to the chamber, and you'll notice that there's a level 2 locked door that if you open, this will lead you to the outside stairs. Simply take the stairs until you reach the top section, until you reach this level 3 locked door that you need to open up. If you do that and enter inside, you're going to notice a new achievement popping up, as well as the fact that you can grab this key from the desk on the right side of your character. This is what you'll need to bring back at the mechanism in the room with the winged statues downstairs, so make your way over there and then just put the key inside of the rotating locked door at the back of it. This will bring you to the Book of Admittance chamber, which is now also something that you're going to be able to place in your own room of requirement. You also get a free wand cosmetic and a legendary chest with a final piece of the achievement. And by the way, this is how the final piece of the achievement looks like. You basically get the dress robes that look something like this, probably the most fancy and pompous attire that I've seen so far in Hogwarts Legacy, but you at least get all of the secret achievements back at Hogwarts. Now, as I've said, these are not the only secrets in Hogwarts Legacy. There's plenty more random encounters and cool Easter eggs, and fans of the franchise have probably heard that the Black Lake surrounding the castle isn't as quiet as one might think, and there's extensive lore behind a giant squid creature living inside of its waters. The game actually features several of these encounters that you'll see with the giant squid, besides the first one early on during your flying lessons. For example, on a different flyby in this area between Hogsmeade and Hogwarts, there's a random chance for the giant squid to also spawn not too far away from the nearby shorelines. It's quite hard to miss it since it's quite massive actually, and it seems to spawn from quite far away. Its tentacles will spread out and it will also pull these like cool water tricks just to grab your attention. As far as I can tell, these encounters are random, as I've seen it spawn both during the day as well as during the night, for as long as you just pass in the same area over the lake. Now, if you're in a Slytherin common room, there's a third encounter with it by simply tapping one of the stained glasses looking inside of the Black Lake. So if you go ahead and tap the glass right here on the right side, the third one actually, you might see one of its tentacles hitting the glass before it disappears back into the water. So a pretty nice nod. I just wish there were other ways to also encounter it, or maybe see it while we go out swimming. Now, the Hogsmeade station is another place Avalanche has made even better with a slight magical touch, and on top of the other funny random encounters that you'll notice happening here, one stands out the most, and that has to be the train encounter. Yes, it sounds basic because other games have trains too, but if you drop around noon in this area, you might hear a whistle from the nearby tracks, and if you go over there, you're actually going to spot the train as it's making a leave from the station. As any sensible gamer would do, I tried staying in front of it to see what happens, but no, it doesn't seem that it's lethal. And plus, it also seems to be very fast, much faster than your broom actually, so if you miss it or are too late to see it, you're going to have a much harder time to catch up to it. Nonetheless, it looks really interesting and it's nice to have it randomly spawn every day. There's of course a lot more happening at the Hogwarts school too. The castle features equally if not many more random encounters than what we just saw. The bewitched armors that you see all over aren't just there to tell you to stop from running in the hallways, but sometimes have a mind of their own. If you linger long enough, you'll notice some of them get bored from standing in the same place for so long and instead will initiate some not so friendly interactions with some of the other armors nearby. I'm pretty sure that I sense a pain in the hum of this one, and trying reparo on the broken pieces laying on the ground doesn't seem to help either. In fact, take long enough random walks around the castle and you're bound to spot a lot more interesting interactions between students and the professors that you could easily miss otherwise. But by far the one that's most shocking to me, and especially the first time I saw it, is the dragon encounter that spawns around this hill in the Poitiers coast, or at the very least that's where it did spawn for me. I believe that there should be other locations, but if you're lucky enough, you should see the dragon spawning from the distance as it's making its way down to grab one of these unsuspecting cows before it flees with it, most probably to just eat it in its lair. No joke, it grabs the cow like it's nothing and then just flies away before it disappears into the high skies. And I suspect that's not the only spot this dragon can spawn into, because if you open the map and wait for a few seconds, you're actually going to see it over other areas as well, actually even over Hogwarts at some point. The only problem is that I don't believe this flight track is in real time, because when I try to get in front of it, it doesn't seem to appear at all. Definitely let me know down below in the comments if you know of any other secret encounters like these ones, and in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, a like on it would be awesome, and if you really enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.